Back-to-back losses, the worst stretch of Mahomes' career, and a locker room that suddenly feels divided. The latest news out of Kansas City is shaking things up. On the field, the offense is sputtering, and the defense keeps making costly mistakes. Off the field, Travis Kelce is no longer just the charismatic star. He's catching major heat after a move that many are calling downright tone-deaf. Meanwhile, a surprising rookie debut on defense is giving fans a small spark of hope. But before anyone can breathe, here comes the real gut punch. Mahomes is going through something no one saw coming. All right, let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and why it's time to wake up before the wheels start wobbling off the wagon. So the Chiefs dropped a one-score game to the Eagles in what was basically a Super Bowl sequel. And even though they were playing at Arrowhead, it felt like Philly had the remote and was flipping channels whenever they wanted. KC never truly grabbed control of the game, and that's a red flag, especially when you're defending champs with a QB like Patrick Mahomes. Now don't go lighting your Chiefs gear on fire just yet. Yes, they're 0-2 to start the season, and Mahomes has now lost 3 straight for the first time ever. But the sky ain't falling. That said, if they somehow flop against the Giants next week, then yeah, go ahead and hit the panic button with both fists. CBS Sports. Cody Benjamin wasn't T&T exactly handing out gold stars after Week 2. He slapped the Chiefs with a C grade, calling their performance uninspiring. Mahomes, according to Benjamin, was out there running for his life and doing his best superhero impression just to keep the offense from flatlining. But when it came to throwing the rock downfield, Philly's defense had him in a straitjacket until the final whistle. Look, Mahomes can run, he can scramble, but he's not that guy when it comes to leading a run-first attack like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Jalen Hurts. If Mahomes is your leading rusher, something's already gone sideways. The man's magic is in his arm, not his legs, and the Chiefs need to stop pretending otherwise. Then there's the defense. Steve Spagnuolo's unit managed to keep Philly from torching them deep, which is great. Until you remember they couldn't stop the Eagles' now infamous tush push. That play is already controversial enough, but it felt like every time Philly lined up for it, KC had 0 answers. It wasn't just a play, it was a reminder that this team needs a serious spark, fast. And don't even get me started on the offense's mental lapses. Travis Kelce, usually the heartbeat of this team, had a brutal brain fart in the red zone. That dropped pass that turned into a pick? That was a gut punch. That's the kind of mistake that flips the whole momentum of a game. And it did. And when your stars start slipping up like that, it's not just a bad night. It's a warning sign. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. A rookie stepped up and gave the defense its first real spark. And it just happened. The Chiefs might have taken the L against Philly in Week 2, but one silver lining: the debut of rookie defensive tackle Omar Norman-Lott, and big man Chris Jones is already buying stock in the kid. Norman-Lott finally suited up after missing Week 1 with an ankle injury, and even though he only saw 16 snaps, he made one of the most electric plays of the night. Kansas City's only sack on Jalen Hurts. Yup, the rookie came crashing through like a wrecking ball and dropped Hurts in style. And Jones absolutely loved it. It was a very physical sack, Jones said. He's a huge guy with that ability. I think we drafted him in the 2nd round just for that. And he came out and made a big statement today. Jones added that it as something they can build on moving forward. Meaning Norman-Lott's not just a one-hit wonder, he's already earned a spot in the rotation. Now, the rookie didn't take all the credit. In fact, he was quick to shout out his vet mentors, guys like Jones himself, Charles Omenihu, and George Karlaftis. They'd been hammering home one key message all week: just keep rushing. Hurts holds the ball, and if you stay relentless, something's gonna crack. That's exactly what happened. But Norman Lott's debut wasn't just about one sack. He also held his own against the run, helping limit Saquon Barkley, last year's NFL Offensive Player of the Year, to under 100 yards. For a rookie getting his first taste of NFL action, that's a big win in the trenches. And while the final scoreboard didn't swing KC's way, Norman Lott walked off the field with his head high, feeling like this defense is heading in the right direction. "I feel like we brought the energy," he said, "but sometimes it's just not enough." The dude gets it. He's already talking about stacking performances, learning from the losses, and bringing the juice every week. This might have been his first game, but it sure doesn't feel like it. I'll be his last time making noise. But what really blew up? It happened off the field. And this time, not even Travis Kelce was safe from the fire. Things are getting real uncomfortable in Chiefs Kingdom. And this time, it's not about blown coverages or red zone picks. It's about T-shirts and one massive off-field controversy involving Rashee Rice. Before their Week 2 game against Philly, a handful of Chiefs players, including Travis Kelce and Tyquan Thornton, were spotted rocking shirts that said "Free 4", complete with images of Rice, who's serving a 6-game suspension after that brutal hit-and-run crash back in March. The message was clear: they were standing by their teammate. But not everyone's clapping for that move, especially not the people directly affected by Rice's actions. Mark Lenehan, a lawyer repping Catherine Kuykendall, one of the crash victims, did not hold back. Talking to TMZ, he straight-up blasted Kelce, making a snarky reference to the tight end's viral engagement announcement with Taylor Swift. "The gym teacher needs to talk with the history teacher," Lenehan said, drawing a hard line between showing support for a friend and glorifying someone whose actions caused serious harm. And he didn't stop there. Lenehan made it crystal clear: Rashee Rice isn't some wrongly accused activist. Rashee isn't Nelson Mandela or Pepe Mujica, he said. There's evidence he was doing 119 Natir Mam in a rented Lambo that had weed and a pistol in it. Free Rashee? He already thinks he's getting off easy. Oof, that's not just heat. That's a flamethrower. Lenehan also pointed out that Rice still owes over $1 million in damages and hasn't paid a dime. If Kelce and Thornton really believe in their guy, Lenehan says, maybe they should loan him the money so the victims can finally start healing. Until then, he says Chiefs players need to step up and be better role models, especially with so many kids watching. To refresh your memory, Rice was allegedly racing a Corvette on Easter weekend when he lost control of his Lamborghini, triggering a pileup that injured 4 people and wrecked 6 vehicles. He and the other driver reportedly fled the scene, and video footage backs that up. Rice has since been hit with jail time, probation, and a financial judgment. But this situation is clearly far from over. With the blowback from fans, media, and victims' families, it wouldn't be a shock if the Free 4 shirts quietly disappear by Week 3. Whether the players meant it as loyalty or just poor judgment, this one's hitting way too close to home for way too many people. The field is a mess, but the locker room might be worse. Mahomes needs help, and Norman Lott could be part of the fix. But Kelce? That was a bad look. Wrong shirt, wrong message, wrong moment. Even stars slip up. Subscribe now so you don't miss what's really happening in Chiefs Kingdom.